was driving home from my granddaughter's soccer game and had this pull, this draw, like, come see me, come visit. And that it was my local thrift shop, North Texas Charities, which is absolutely my favorite. That pull was just like, come see us. And it was right at opening. So I'm like, well, this is perfect. As you can see, the minute I walked in, I made a beeline towards the jewelry cases. I could see in the case several pieces that I was like, I need to check these out. Do a little overview of the whole store. Like, what is it I truly like? Prioritizing. I'm looking on, that looks good and that looks good. And once I picked everything that I wanted to see up close and personal and feel and touch and check, one of those sweet ladies that works there who I just adore. Every time I'm in there, she's so sweet. She came up and she started going through the case with me and picking out pieces and things that I didn't even see. And I'll show those pieces to you today. We had so much fun going through and looking and using Google Lens and doing all the things and having those moments of like, oh, this is a great piece. Oh my gosh, this is a great piece. This is a great piece. And what was really fun is she said something that made me realize that she actually watches my videos. I said, do you watch my videos? She said, I do. That's the first time I've ever had like that moment where I'm like, wow, it just made me feel so good. I told her that I would do a whole episode on just this thrift haul. And I have to tell you, it is worth it. Make sure you stick around to the end because I have something that is very unusual that I want to show you. I hope that you will enjoy. There's some hidden treasures in there that you'll see, and I'm going to tell you some of the details. Let's do this. In the flat jewelry case, I'll call it, right opposite the cash register, there's always brooches and pins, and I'm sure you saw it in the video, there's rings and things, and I always browse through there, decide the things I want to look at. Let me show you a few that I got today. This is an antique red glass cameo with a gold tone metal frame with a C clasp and a hinge pin. This is a Victorian piece. It is hand carved and hand mounted. From what I can tell in doing the research on this piece, I can see the hand carving in the glass, which is consistent with the Victorian era, also with the red glass, and the dating of the C clasp and the hinge pin. There's one thing with this piece that I have to address, and I'm going to take it to a jeweler to have it remounted. If you can see, it's sticking out a little bit more on this side than on this side, and it's loose. I can feel that it's loose. And could you imagine, after all these years of literally almost 200 years, having this cameo in your possession and the glass drops out and breaks? I had it happen with a piece once before. I was putting it around my neck and I'm standing there looking in the mirror and I think I've got it clasped, and I let go and it falls on the tile on my bathroom floor. And I just stood there. I just broke a Chanel necklace and I cried. I'm still looking for that replacement for that piece as well. So I will definitely take this in and have this repaired before it goes up for sale. I want to make sure I do that for you, but it's in perfect condition, perfect antique condition that is, before it goes out. She's a beauty. So that's the first one I got. I mean, when I saw that, can you imagine? She takes it out, she puts it down. I'm like, I've turned it over. I saw the clasp pin is sticking out a little bit past the brooch frame, which is another indicator of age. And I'm like, yep, I'll take that one. Next up, let's do one that's a little bit more well-known. This is by Coventry. It is a brooch and a pendant. It features faux turquoise, faux pearls, and marcasite style detailing in a bold floral inspired design. It is gold tone and it is stamped right there, Sarah Coventry. Very nice condition and really a statement piece. Would you pass this up? The pin is at the top on this piece. I'm wondering if it could be worn sideways as well. I think I like that look as well. Sticking with brooches, this one is just a little bit different. You might have seen it in the intro when I saw it on the shelf. I kind of zoomed by it, but I went back and looked at it. They're vintage mid-century figural costume jewelry. They're the rhinestone dancers brooches. So you have your Mr. and you have your Miss. Turns out that these little figural brooches were popular in the 40s and 50s. They were likely inspired by ballroom dancing, folk dancing, or flamenco dancing. I tend to think she looks like she's doing some flamenco dancing to me. And he is kicking up his heels. They're very, very cute. They are not signed. The rhinestones are all intact. Another thing to note on these that helps with identifying the age, so that they're not reproduced, they're not reproduction pieces, is you can see that they do have the 4-prong setting around the substantial. I mean, these are some pretty good sized rhinestones on here. It really adds to the sparkle and the fun of these. Now my question is, would she wear one and he wear one? Or would one wear them together? I don't know. I think they're super cute and I've never seen anything like it. This is kind of taking the duet to a different level. There's 2 pieces in this haul that are very, I would say, Angie centric. They're ones that I really, really like. I will, if I find them anywhere, I'm going to get them. It's just a foregone conclusion. If I find these pieces or pieces like this, I'm taking it home. This is mid-century, say 1950s to 1970s vintage costume jewelry piece. I have not taken them in to have them appraised. From what I can tell, based on the construction and some other clues on this piece, those are real freshwater pearls. They have a different shades. If you can see it, I can't tell if you can see it in there, but there's little shades of pink. This one over here is a little bit more pink, right there. Anyway, so you will see down here, it's stamped silver, but just silver, not 925 silver, just silver. And what I found about that is a piece that is stamped just silver indicates that it is probably not from the United States. So it's not US made because we have silver 925 as part of how we stamp in the United States. And it indicates that it's probably an older international piece. The possible origin, Europe in the 1930s to 1950s. They consider this a floral spray, which was very popular during that time. There's not a maker's mark on it, but it appears to be hand constructed, hand polished in silver and freshwater pearls. Try and get as close as I can. Maybe you can pick up some of the colors in the pearls. Let's see what we got there. Maybe it's as close as I think I can get. This is a find. This is a great piece. What we have here is a vintage mid-century rhinestone brooch, again, potentially 1950s to 1960s, featuring large, I'd say they're large, emerald cut round and pave rhinestones. It has a crackle glass cabochons, the closed back setting and fold over safety clasp are typical of mid-century brooches, in pastels of pink, blue, yellow, and green, perfect for spring, perfect for Easter. The possible makers of this are Juliana and Weiss. However, it is not signed, which we know that both of those are costume jewelry designers known to not always sign their pieces. For me, the value is in the style, the appeal. Look at how pretty that is. Oh, it will get cleaned soon, and beautiful glamour shots to go on to reservedgrace.com. It will be available soon. I gotta get it out for spring. Next one up is an Angie piece. This is one you have seen me. If you've seen my videos before, you will know that I am always, and I mean always, attracted to these style pin brooch combos. This particular thrift shop, they have little baskets that you put your pieces in, and then they take that behind the counter. They're so sweet and they're so kind, because I'm the one who takes out my phone. I'm looking with the magnifying glass. I'm researching. I'm Google lensing. I'm doing all the things. These two were like, okay, I'll take that. It goes in a little basket. No question. You could tell she was perplexed. She's like, she kind of tilted her head and she's, okay. No questions asked. I want these. Why am I in love with these? What is it that draws me to them? Are they super extraordinarily special and wonderful? Well, yes, they all are. But for some reason, I like the dimensional floral spray on these. There's all these different dimensions, all put together in different pieces. I love the construction. I love the thought out design on these. This one in particular, usually they're 10 karat or 12 karat. They're usually gold plated or gold filled. I don't see any markings on this one. It has curved openwork ribbon loops, potentially from the 1940s or 50s. Features a rollover safety clasp on the one side here, and it does have the pendant loop right there, so you can wear this on a chain, which is my favorite thing to do with these. I love wearing these as a pendant. This one is clear and purple rhinestones. So we have our little ribbon tails right down here at the bottom. Very, very pretty. Love it. Okay, there's that one. Now next up we have, okay, let's switch gears. You ready to switch gears? Let's do this a little bit. This piece here. The jury is still out. I have tested this with my Presidium. I use the Rock Tester app. Some things to look for if you're trying to verify if a piece is jade or what it is. If it stays cool in your hand longer than normal, so if you have another piece you can compare it to, that is an indicator that it is jade. There's also the light test. You hold it up to light and you need to look to see if there's any inclusions. So if it's a natural stone, there's going to be little natural flaws or little specks or something that indicates that it's not glass. So if we're looking for glass and jade, this does have natural inclusions. I didn't do the scratch test. You can take a little piece of glass and rub it on the beads, and jade is harder than glass, so it won't scratch easily. So glass won't scratch it. But if you're still unsure, it could be dyed jade. And so to check that, let me show you. I think I have one right here. There's a lot of light in here, so it might not show very well. But if it was dyed jade, you would be able to see more of a glow with a UV light. I really don't see a glow with this one. Maybe slight, but I really can't tell. I wouldn't say that it's dyed jade. So there's that piece. Why am I going into all of this on one simple beaded stretch bracelet? Just to give you an idea what to look for when you're out there. I want to give a little bit more value. The other thing to look for is, if you're using a jeweler's loop, look for fibrous or interlocking crystalline structure, which is characteristic of natural jade. Now, I am still on the fence on this piece. I am more than happy to do more research on it, or, say that it's the mystery. I'm sure someone can identify it. Could be nephrite, but anyway, I thought it was a beautiful piece. And these are great for stacking, and they add color. I mean, they're just fun. So I couldn't pass it up. Let me know in the comments below if any of that helped, because I just want to know. This next piece is pretty special. This is a hand-painted red lacquer beads. Let me find one here to show you. It has a little bit. There's not much of the hand painting left. You can see a little bit right. You can see a little bit right here, with red glass and brass spacers. I checked this extensively to make sure that it wasn't cinnabar. I don't pick up cinnabar, and I've checked it and checked it and checked it. I don't think that it's cinnabar. It could be Bohemian or checked glass. It could also be Tibetan. It could be any number of things. What I can tell you is that it's a beautiful piece, and this clasp The barrel, screw, clasp, and metal coil findings right here suggest a vintage piece. It is definitely a vintage piece and potentially around the 1940s to 1960s. So this isn't a reproduction. This is a true vintage piece with red lacquer beads, hand-painted abstract floral, red spacer glass beads, and brass findings. I think it's pretty. I think it's very, very pretty and very wearable and stout. It's a nice piece. Okay, let's switch this up just a second. This piece here, I couldn't resist. I had no idea if it was vintage, if it was modern. I didn't know. It does have monochromatic color scheme, handcrafted appearance. It is a matte finish, and it is a stretch bracelet. But the thing about this stretch bracelet, I want you to see the stretch band in here is more like a ponytail holder. It is strong. It is substantially strong. Fun thing that Jake pointed out to me when I got it home is that this bead here is a smaller version of this bead right across from it. This one is that one. That one is that one. So you can see that there are a smaller bead and a larger bead, and they crisscross each other. I think it's pretty. That's a pretty good observation on his part. He sees those details. I thought it was cool. So this is Gilzera, which is known for its handcrafted polymer clay beads and intricate patterns. This is a fun piece, not one that I would have normally expected, and yet it's fun, and fun is good. Let's have more fun. As you can tell, I found a few pieces. This is one of those I scored pieces. I scored, and I didn't even realize it till I got home. This is by Krementz. I'll show you the stamp on the back, which I totally overlooked while I was in the thrift shop. The design featuring a flowing haired woman surrounded by birds in a classic motif from the late 19th to early 20th century. It's symbolizing nature, femininity, and harmony. Krementz was known for their high quality jewelry, specifically around their gold and silver pieces. They're very well known for craftsmanship, and this is an exquisite piece. This one is silver tone. It is a brooch and a pendant, and Krementz is signed, I can feel it more than I can see it, right here, right there on the pin. It does say Krementz right there. I did not find any other markings as far as silver or anything like that. And I did a magnet test, and it definitely is silver tone. For something that is silver tone, look at how it has this matte finish here, and then you have the accents with the little bit of polished, which is similar to the back, which is a very high polish. Isn't it spectacular? Isn't this fun? All because I followed my intuition. This one is, look at the sparkle. Beautifully crafted beaded necklace with faceted and smooth gemstones, possibly agate or moss agate, along with silver tone spacer beads. There's a variation in the beads, colors, and inclusions give it a natural earthly aesthetic. Look at this piece right here. This one here. And that one. I mean, there's just each piece being a gemstone, very unique and beautiful. And then you have your glass beads and your silver tone spacers. This has a toggle clasp, and it is on wire. It also indicates to me that somebody did not want to lose all of these fabulous, fabulous beads. Look how they're faceted. This faceting picks up the sparkle. I'm pretty sure it's Artisan, and oh my goodness. If you like natural with a little bit of sparkle, this would probably be the piece for you. And I think it would be a good conversation piece as well. I don't think anybody would look at this and it will catch attention. Let's put it that way. All right, am I doing good? Did I find some good pieces? Did my intuition serve me well? I think so. Another artisan piece. And when I was going through the thrift shop looking, these were all in the tall case. And I asked if these they look like they could possibly be from the same person. You know, since it is a charity gift shop, a lot of times people will make big donations all at once. This piece was with the green necklace, the green beaded necklace. And it just speaks to me that they went together. Like at one time they lived together. This is genuine rose quartz, and these beads are hematite. And I did test them with a magnet. It was pretty fun to see how the magnet reacted. I honestly had never done that before, so that was kind of fun. I'll show you that. And then these are handcrafted artisan beads. No markings, just gorgeous. All right. I think all three of these could have been from the same home. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Do you think that's possible? I don't know. They were very unique pieces for what I generally see at the thrift shop. This is something, I don't think I've picked one up like this before, and I got to learn a lot about it. Look at this wood pattern. I mean, it truly does look like a very nice piece of wood. It is lightweight. Here's what I found out. Celluloid piece from the early to mid 20th century. And I found out that celluloid was commonly used for large ornate brooches designed to mimic materials like wood or even tortoise shell. The unique rolling clasp on this piece indicates that it was probably a particular designer and maybe not mass produced. Not quite artisan, I don't think, but also not one of your big names like Trifari or something like that. A really fun piece, a unique piece as well. So this is a vintage Waltham marcasite watch with mother of pearl face and Roman numerals. It is running. Look at the intricate design in this piece. It's beautiful. The crown on this is hidden right there on the side here. It's hidden. You can't see it from the top, but it's right there. It is battery operated. I would have not guessed that this is that old. It is in such great condition. Truly a spectacular watch. When I saw this in the thrift shop, I immediately remembered reading that women's vintage, especially the petite feminine style vintage watches, are in style and in high demand right now. So I, of course, had to get it because I know somebody out there would like to have this. And it's running. It's gorgeous. I'm going to keep wearing it. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I'll get attached to it. Second to last one that I have today. Oh, actually, second. I have two more after this one. Bear with me. Hang in there. Now this one goes with my figural collection. I do have a plethora. A lot. An abundance of owls and butterflies, which like the butterfly pin that I'm wearing today, dogs, cats, bugs, bees, all the things. I think that I should go ahead and do an entire live show with just bugs and bees and butterflies, dogs, cats, and squirrels, and zoo animals, and yeah, I've got them all. Okay, this one just happens to be a vintage double strand, gold tone, double strand owl necklace. You have your mama owl or your daddy owl here with your cabochon belly, green rhinestone eyes, and your little baby owl, identical. This does show a little bit of wear on the gold tone chain. Does have a fold over clasp. It has been loved and worn and super adorable. For an owl lover, and this would be fun for layering, the layering trend. So have something a little bit more unique that speaks to your style, that speaks to your style and the things that bring you joy. And I know for a lot of people, a little cabochon belly owl or a bigger and a little cabochon belly owl might be just that thing. Super cute. All right, now I said that I had 2 more pieces. Okay, this next one is, this is a Bulova Yorkville miniature clock. Still in its original box, and it still has original Yorkville tag still attached. It is hefty, and this is a sought after piece for collectors. Here we go on that one. I think this would be a great gift for someone. I saw different styles of them, so if you know a collector, they may need this to finish off their collection. In the original box, with the little tag still on it with little gold string here, I think it just makes it that much more special. Perfect gift. Now, last, but certainly not least, and I have to tell you, what I'm going to show you, you saw a glimpse of, and I don't know if you heard me if you could hear it when I went, it took my breath away. As I'm recording in the thrift shop, I'm going around, I'm looking at different things, and I came across the painting or the picture that you saw in the intro. And I thought I saw something. I thought I saw the eyes open on this picture. And I went back to it and I looked again and I'm like, oh, it did. The eyes opened. I was truly shocked. I was standing there. By now it was very busy in the thrift shop. There were the ladies who were checking out several people in line. And I'm having one of those moments where I'm like, are you seeing this? Can anyone witness this with me? Is this happening right now? I really wanted to get somebody's attention, but they were all busy. Once everything cleared out, I said, can you get that paint or that photo down for me? I really want to look at it. They laughed. They were laughing so hard because I was truly perplexed. And as you can imagine, I didn't leave it behind. Here is the other. I'm going to set it here for just a second. I hope that you're able to see this. Here is the other piece of this that we will see if this works out. I got this thrift haul home on Saturday. I sat down on Saturday evening and recorded the thrift haul reveal. I didn't include this in it. I thought it was just an awkward piece to include. There was no sound. No sound. I recorded the entire thing. There was no sound in the video. Okay. So then I thought, well, you know what, Jake? Let's do the video together. Let's do a reveal together. And like we've done before and have fun with it. It was horrendous. The video itself just did not work. There were too many things wrong with it. It wasn't working. So I scrapped it. Late last night, I said, I'm done. I can't, everything was wrong. The color was wrong. Too many things. So I was like, okay, I'm going to record this again today. And as I was coming upstairs, this had been sitting on the dining room table, just sitting there is where I put it when I came in. And I thought, I'm going to include this picture. And we'll see. If you are watching this video, if you've made it to this point, you'll know this was meant to be in this video because there's no the other reason I've never had that much trouble doing a video before. But let me tell you about this. First, I'm going to put it up. Let's see if you can see it. I'm not going to be able to see from my side, but I'm just going to hold it up. It may not work with the glare. If it doesn't work completely doesn't work, I'll just edit it out. But maybe, I don't know, with that ring light, but we'll see. Let's see if you can get the effect just looking at it through the camera through all of technology to you. Here we go. I'm going to tilt it a little bit and bring it out a little bit. Bring it in a little bit. And do they close? I can't really tell from here. Hopefully you're seeing it. As you saw in the video, I was shook. This is an older piece. May not get this right. I may totally butcher this, but it is a Jesus Christus, and it is commonly associated with Saint Veronica's handkerchief. The artwork is often attributed to, I just researched this just in case you didn't know. I had to. The artwork is associated with Gabriel von Max, a 19th century Austrian painter known for his religious themes. Subject matter in this particular one is of Jesus Christ, reminiscent of the Veil of Veronica, a legendary relic said to bear the likeness of Christ's face. The optical illusion in this, there are many versions of this print that are known for the optical effect where Jesus' eyes appear to open and close when viewed from different angles. Based on down here in the corner, it's A33 at the House of New York. So this was produced by the House of New York, a New York-based, it's right there, New York-based publisher known for producing lithographs and fine art from the early to the mid 20th century. And wanted to show you the back on this because this is definitely the original framing on this. Let's try and get it to where you can see some of the details here with the wire on there. You can see that some of the backing is coming up, but this is, it appears to be at least, the original framing for this piece. And if this is something that interests you, I definitely want to get this to you. It had to come home with me for a reason, and it had to be in this video for even more reasons than I'll know. Maybe somebody out there is going to fall in love with this immediately and want it immediately. I have it for you. Let's just say that I am safekeeping it for you. And that is my thrift haul from the North Texas Charities gift shop in Roanoke, Texas. If you have not visited Roanoke, Texas before, or if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, the little area of Roanoke, Texas is known for quality food. I think that it's considered the most unique dining experience in at least Texas, so I know that. And I have a tidbit for you. I have a secret. If you're going to be in that area, there's a restaurant called Babes. It's well known, very, very well known. You need to get there early or prepare to stand in line. It's fried chicken. They have a limited menu. It's served family style, and there's always a line out the door. People are literally camping out to get in there an hour to 2 hours before it opens. Is it worth it? Absolutely. You get fried chicken and green beans and fluffy biscuits and the white gravy, all Southern favorites and heaven, and go hungry. Make sure you arrive very hungry. And if you happen to be in the area, let me know. I'm not too far away from Roanoke, Texas, and I'd love to meet up. We can do some vintage shopping together. If you're new here, please do me a favor and make sure you subscribe. And even if you're not new, you may be surprised that you think you're subscribed, but you're not. Take a look at this video or take a look at this video. They're both there for you to see a little bit more of what I have to offer. I have a series coming up that I think is pretty fun, and more lives coming soon now that I have my voice back. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I look forward to you seeing me again soon. Bye.